All right, so some of you may be new, so I'll just go over how this works. The sponsors pick the car or truck or motorcycle for whatever reason. Maybe they had one similar to it when they were a kid, or their grandfather had one just like it, whatever. Doesn't have to be pristine. So they've all had their instructions. They've all made their selection. I think there's 17 of them this year. I thank them all very much for their support, again, for the mission of the Historical Society. As you can see, there's room up there on the banner for a few more, so if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, see me after the show. So we'll start off with our number one sponsor. Here's Cockrell and Havlin Haggerty Insurance. It was Jack Keefe's idea after 2 or 3 shows. He came to me and he said, why not get some sponsors and make some more money for the Historical Society? So we did that. And I want to thank Jack, and he's been a supporter ever since, and he's here now to tell us about his selection and get the awardee up here. Jack?
Thanks, Paul. And a big round of applause for you, Paul. You guys did a great job every year. I think we missed last year, did we not, because of COVID?
3 years. Yeah.
3 years? Wow. Did it rain out? Anyways, Corcoran and Havlin, Haiti Classic Insurance. All I can say is up your values, guys, because your cars are going up. And it's pretty easy to do. You don't need all your receipts or what have you. They'll probably just take it at a phone call. So stay on top of your values. I chose number 80 car, and the reason being is my buddy from junior high school, grammar school, liked it better than I did. But it's a 1960 Dodge Polaris, number 80. But I have him come up and tell us about the car.
Here he comes.
There he is. Nice car. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it's a 1960 Dodge Polaris. It was the senior Dodge that year. The Dart was the smaller of the Dodges. And this particular car was a one-year-only body style. It has very flamboyant, thin, swivel seats. And this particular one has the big engine. You know, the one, if you check the box, you could get 330 horsepower. So it goes too.
Terrific. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Here you go. Yeah. You can open that up, and thank you. Here you go, Paul.
Thank you, Jack. Next up is one of our sponsors who was with us from the very beginning as well. Gary D'Alessandro from Quality Auto Body. This is his truck. Obviously, good advertisement for Gary. Gary, where are you? Here he is.
All right, my criteria today was the car I want to leave here in today, and it's car number 20. It's a 1973 Plymouth Barracuda. Tell us a little about your car.
Thanks. It's an all-original 73 Plymouth Cuda with a 340 4-speed. I bought that car in 1983, so it's taken a long time to get it restored.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Gary. Okay, next up is another longtime supporter, Ron and Sandra. Ron's making the presentation. Ron Gray from Keystone Automotive. Ron?
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Good to see a lot of faces and even some new ones here and a few new cars as well. It's been a long stretch, and it looks like everyone is out and hopefully keeping a little bit of a distance. Our award this year is always a little bit of a tender one. It's in honor of our daughter, Jacqueline, who used to come to this show every year with me since she was a little girl, and we would pick out the winner together. We lost Jacqueline in 2016, and we come here to try to keep her memory alive and pick out a car that we think that she would really like. My wife Sandra and I picked out our car this year that we thought she'd like. I have a couple reasons. This guy's a local guy. He built this car when he was a little bit older. I won't say how old. And to me, he keeps his hobby going. I see the car out and about. I enjoy talking to him as a person, and most people here know him. It's number 14. It's a 34-3 window. It belongs to a fellow named Wayne. Wayne, you want to give us just a couple of words without swears about your car?
Al, this is certainly an honor. I'm just recovering from COVID. I'm 85 years old, and unfortunately, I'm still working on another car. I'm working on a 29 Ford Roadster, but the energy's kind of gone back. But nice to see all you people here. It lets us know that the hobby is still being held on strong, even though this country's in a mess. Thank you very much for all attending, and keep up the good work, folks. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, coming up next is Authentic Auto Body. He came in fairly recently, but he's been a great supporter. And presenting for Authentic Auto Body is Keith McCowan. Keith? Jack. All right.
So for my selection, I selected a 1970 Trans Am. I do forget the number, if you have it real quick. Number 63, the blue 70 Trans Am.
Thank you very much. I didn't expect that. There's a little bit of history on this car. I was with my father at 15 years old at Long's Framingham Pontiac ordering that car. And he had liked the performance cars, and so I said, Dad, you got to get a Trans Am with a 4-speed. And then he added air conditioning and power windows, and the car is still in the family and back on the road again just recently. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jack. Okay, from Hometown Automotive, Mike Ibrahim. You gonna get some help presenting?
Sure.
Here you go. Tell us who you picked.
How you doing today? Thanks for coming out. Happy Father's Day. I know it's a little late. We chose the 1940 Willys, number 13. Beautiful car. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to know about the car, right?
Yeah, tell us what you know.
1965, I went to the drags and fell in love with racing. The following year, I bought a 40 Willys frame, and I built the car and headed out in '72 to the first car show at the Twin Drive-In in Braintree. I've been driving it ever since. It goes to the Street Rod Nationals, it goes to Lake George, and to the Endironic Nationals, and I drive it around.
Thank you very much. Classic case of drive it like you stole it. All right, up next, Greg Pellegrino from Vintage Motorsports. Got somebody to help you.
Yeah, my wife will help me. She's much better at this than I am.
That's a lot of pressure. What a great day, and I wanted to thank everyone for coming out to this day. I think it's a really important day. And as I walked in today, I looked around at all of the different cars and thought, you know, isn't this what it's all about? Coming together as community. Greg and Mike run Vintage Motorsports and have done so, and they see the cars that drive around. They see the cars that are driven really as a part of history, but a part of love for the town itself. And as I walked in, I couldn't help but stop and see not only all the beautiful cars that are beautifully restored, and I have so much respect for the work you put in because I know the long hours that they work to do so, but there was one that really stood out. It is just an absolute beautiful representation of an original car, even with the peeling paint. Mark Deliker. It is absolutely beautiful. So our award goes to Mark Deliker for the absolute, I just think, beautiful imperfection of the 1958 Corvette.
Well, thank you. It is as far as I know, everything's original on the car, unless there's some small pieces replaced. It is the way I like to drive it. Most shows you go, and there's always one or two that say, do not paint that car, and I haven't, even though I would love to. As long as I have it, it'll probably stay just like that, so long as we get the support. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark. Congratulations. Okay, up next is Ed Rose from Rose's Automotive. This is really kind of a special award. It was his idea, and I'll let him tell you about it.
It's called the Unsung Hero Award, and everyone has a friend, everyone knows somebody that's their life, is their car, and it could be have the car for 20 years, put their heart and soul into it, and basically that's what this whole sport's about and why we're here. So who I picked this year is a guy that I met when I first started working on cars. He's been so involved in cars. He races cars, he builds them, he sells them, he does it all. And this year I picked Bill Bernard, number, 7 or something. So Bill, thank you. Keep it up. One of the things with my award, though, whoever gets it has to come back next year and pick it. All right?
Thank you, Ed. Hey, good morning, everybody. How about a big round of applause for the Holliston Historical Society for putting this on, and the staff and the volunteers that support this and make this happen every single year. This award is special to me because my relationship with Ed and being part of this community and what this is all about. The car I brought today was a 40 Ford. It was a moonshine car. It ran hooch down in the Carolinas for the first 10 or 12 years of its life. I don't know, just kind of a cool car, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the award, and thank you all for coming, and we'll put it on to the next one.
Thank you. Okay, here's a man that needs no introduction, but I'll introduce him anyway. The owner and originator of Medfield on the Charles used to be Elm Bank, Charlie Harris. Come on up, Charlie.
Thank you very much, and this show is fantastic. I always say it's one of the best little shows around. And thank you all guys that came to my show this year. We had a fantastic show, thanks to Corcoran and Haviland. So my choice today was a guy that comes to all these shows, and at my show he's not allowed to get a trophy. So goes up to number 31, 66 GTO, Bruce Muldoon.
Thank you very much. It's a 66 GTO. It's been on the road since 2006. And I've been working with Charlie on the Elm Bank show and Medfield and Charles since 15 years now. So thank you all again. It's been a great honor. Thank you.
Next year will be my 20th anniversary, big show over in Medfield, so if you all can come, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Charlie. Okay, Mike Rossini, where are you? Come on up here. Mike is presenting for BDR, his son Brian, who couldn't be here. I'm sure you picked something really great. Oh, he needs to be reminded what he picked. Number 50, a 2003 Land Rover.
2003 Land Rover. I just want to say I'm here to represent my son Brian, and I've been coming here for years, and this is not an easy thing to do. I'll get even with him later. He just put me in a spot. I mean, I'd like to drive home everything that's here. This is crazy. But thank everyone for coming. They're all unbelievable, beautiful cars. And I'd just like to call up, the one that I picked was...
2003
the 2003 Land Rover, and if you could come up, Johnny.
Thank you.
Johnny.
Thank you. First of all, what a great event today, and thanks to all the folks that put this on today. It was just a great job, and I'd really like to hear another applause for the folks that did this today. It was fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't have any great stories. It's a 2003 Land Rover Discovery, but what I love about it is the passion, and all these folks here. This truck that I have is a real passion for me, and I hope someday to rise to the occasion of having some of these 1940s and 50s and 60 cars, but for right now, I really appreciate it. And by the way, it's my first show with this truck, so pretty cool. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Okay, if you're like a lot of us and don't have a place to store your car for the winter, you'll want to talk to this next guy coming up. Ron Pfeiffer, he owns AH Car Storage here in Holliston, and he and his grandson Tanner have gone through the grounds, and I think they've made a selection.
Thanks, Paul. Yep. And keeping the spirit going of having the kids still loving cars. I had my grandson Tanner pick his car. Which car did you pick? Which one was it? A 73? 1973 Buick. Car number 73.
73.
Tell him why you picked it? It's a race car. He picked it because it was a race car. So, the owner of that Buick Grand Sport, come up. Number 73. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought I was going to get out of this. But yeah, it's a 1970 Buick. It's dressed as a GSX. We bought it not too long ago to have a little bit of fun with it, and hopefully I'm not going to get stopped on the way home. But people ask me about it. It's about 2,900 pounds, a little over 800 horsepower, and Holliston Police is right there. So we're going to see what happens. But thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, boys. Earlier in September, maybe a bunch of you have gone to the Kitty Fenwall American Cancer Society fundraiser. Our next presenter is the guy who puts that show on for them, Peter Comedian.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, first of all, I want to thank, I see a lot of familiar faces here that came to the car show a couple of weeks ago. Just to let you people know, for American Cancer Society, at that show, due to your generosity, we raised over $10,000 for American Cancer Society. Phenomenal. Okay, car number 49, it's the Dodge police car here.
There you go, yeah. That's nice,
Just picked it because it's a fun car, and thank you for bringing it.
Thank you. It's a 1957 Dodge Royale. Original color was gold. My good friend of mine, Marty's from Marty Auto in Bellingham, actually painted it black and white for me. Still needs a little bit of work. Interior, hopefully we'll get it done. This is my second time here with my father, John Sr., and you guys are doing an outstanding job, and we'll see you next year. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Right. First one ever. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, Peter, stay up. You're up again. If you're from Holliston, you probably know that the fields at the high school are named for JID Comedian. That's Peter's father. He's given a trophy out today, as he has been, in honor of his father. So, Peter?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I think anybody from Holliston probably knows my dad. Very, very involved in town. And he's a big truck guy, so I decided that the trophy's going out to the 1937 Mack Truck Jr. Very nice.
This Mac Jr. came from Holliston in 1970. It was restored in the early 80s. It's a pretty rare piece. I haven't seen another one like it, and I greatly appreciate this. To all of you, this is my first time. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. All right, local guy, volunteer fireman, Mark Delica. Where are you? Mark Delica Construction, need a house built.
Thank you all for coming. It is a great show. If I had to drive home or even be driven home in any one of these cars, it'd be number 9, the yellow Packard.
This is Lorenzo Solari. He's going to tell you guys about the Packard.
The Packard's a 1941 Packard in the prize wish.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
That was great. I'm going to give it to Grampy, guys.
Okay, up next from Green Plumbing and Heating, Jason Green is here to tell us his pick. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you all for being here. I picked the blue Audi. I don't even know what year it is because it's very unique and original, and I've never seen anything like it. I'm sure all of you have never seen anything much like that. It's number 51. I'm sure you'll tell us what year it is.
It's a 1974 German Audi Coupe S, and I brought it over about 25, 30 years ago.
Nice.
So
Right, very nice.
it's
Thank you.
beautiful. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're down to our last two. Tom Chipman from Chipman Electric, come and tell us what you picked. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for having me. This is this is a great show. I wouldn't miss it. I actually was coming here today and ran out of gas. And I made it here. I wasn't going to miss it. I love coming to the show. Thank you. The car I picked, what number was it? It was a 66 Chevy. And number 57, I know this guy, I know the amount of work he put in this truck, and I love the color scheme, everything about it. And beautiful job. I like the truck a lot. And I'm a truck guy, and good job.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, this is a 1966 Chevy C10 pickup that I brought up out of Tennessee 8 years ago. And you know what happens when you take the windshield out? You just do everything over. So it's all done finally, and thanks.
All right, congratulations. Thanks, Ron. Okay, the last guy to sign up this year was Bill Bernard from W.A. Bernard Fine Homes.
Again, thanks for everybody coming out today. I picked this car as soon as I saw it drive in. It brought me back years ago when I first got out of trade school, Franklin Institute, and found myself connected to the drag strip up at New England Dragway and one down in Colchester, Connecticut. I spent a lot of years behind the seat of the same car. So this award goes to Judy Pierce for the 68 Plymouth GTX. Here you go, Judy. Tell us a little about the car.
Goodness. It's a 68 GTX 440, and I just love driving it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. All right, that's it for the trophies now. For those of you who chipped in to help with the 50-50, Victoria Shutton's here. She's our property manager. She's the one who hounded you for the money. And she's got a basket full of receipts here, so get out your tickets. And You're gonna have me pick? Okay, all right. Oh, hiya. Oh, yeah, thank you. That way we keep all the money. All right. Can you read the number?
I can, all right. Thanks, everybody. You were really generous. I appreciate it. 9, 7, 1, 2, 5, 8, 2. You get a little bit over $400. Right, 971 2582. Anybody? Oh, I hear it. Ah, yay! Thank you, everybody.
You said 2582, right?
2582.
Back up there on your phone.
Let's
See,
see
you
if
win
I
everything.
catch. There they are. You are the
Where's our money?
in my pocket.
Oh, okay.
In my pocket. I'm gonna split it up in my pocket. Get back to you.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, that's the show. Thanks for coming. Be careful driving out. We don't have a policeman here. We'll try to help you. Be kind to each other. Hopefully we'll see you next year on the real Father's Day. Thanks again.